more about your journey sa music, sa career mo in the music industry. Like, what was the direction that gusto mong puntahan?
So how it started? Actually, I started quite late with music. Well, as a kid, I was always amazed by the piano. So I had older cousins and aunts, titas, who can play very well, but they're more self-taught and playing by ear type of thing. That's something I always was amazed. I would be always just standing next to them, seeing them playing with both hands. I'm like, oh, I want to be able to play with both hands together and like, be able to listen to something and then just play it by ear. I'm like, wow, mind blown. But growing up, I was more into sports, and
really?
music came in later in my life. So I had my first piano lesson when I was 14 already. So it all started with the school orchestra of my middle school. A friend, a violinist, she invited me to join the orchestra, and because she knew I was interested in music, but not that I was really playing any.
Orchestra agad, ah.
Exactly, and then so I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but I don't think I'm good enough for that. And she's like, no, just come, and it's open to all levels for beginners and everything. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. And ever since, that's how it all started, and I'm now here more like so much into music now. And it's funny because the place where I'm currently teaching music is the place where I went to middle school myself.
Oh, really?
So my old teachers are now my I'll find myself in the teachers lounge, and then people have like first days were like they had this look like, what's she doing here? And then like, oh, okay, oh wow, okay, yes, I used to have you as a student, I remember. And it's funny. So it's really nice, that feeling of, the very place where I started learning, where I started music is the very place where I'm standing and teaching and giving this, transferring this knowledge or this passion, even this love for music. So very blessed to be able to start there. Eventually, I went into music conservatory here in Geneva, and I did my high school project in songwriting. That's where I started writing songs and learning how to produce music, record, like home studio recording stuff. I was also joining improv contests. Well, I did improvisation classes, so that's basically come on stage and then have nothing prepared and then just play on the spot. So that was just basically piano.
Wow.
And I joined the competition, and there's just a lot of affirmation there, and it was always something that really attracted me, that the syllabus, the programs, every time it's like, oh, I'd love to do this, but I never really knew if that's what if music was just like a passion or something I really wanted to do. Eventually I was like, okay, let's just go for it. And well, I'm glad that I did not just do music, but I also did German, because I really love both so much. I'm very passionate in languages and in music. Well, I believe music is a language in itself. It's the universal language. So, I have this German, and I have music, and currently, doing masters, as I said, in pedagogy, so teacher education, and moving forward with that. So, we'll see. I have 2 years. I started this year. I have 2 years of masters in front of me. Yeah, we'll see where life takes me. Where this music will take me. I just keep on doing it because I just love performing. I just love writing, and if it makes other people happy, then it makes me even more so.
Yes, indeed. You do make people happy.
Sharing.
Yes.
And inspired.
Inspired, yeah. That's the key. Like if I could, if one single song can just change the
Make
path,
a difference.
make a difference in someone's life, then that's just more than enough, you know.
Yeah, wow. Ganda. Ganda nun. Grabe.
Parang bumabalik na naman ako dun sa first song ulit, yung appreciate the little thing.
Oo nga eh.
Ang sarap naman, ang sarap na.
Pero I'm also curious, no, Clarene, how were you connected with, like you said, Dave Franco, and I think, sino pa ba yung mga naging ka-collab mo with the mga local artists
So
here?
my drummer is actually yung drummer ni Moira.
Yeah, yun, isa ba yun? So, how were you connected? How did that start?
You know, I'm quite impressed myself how it just all came to place when I was in the Philippines. Also, I just loved so much the music scene in the Philippines. There's so much support, so much opportunity, so much. I just, you know, I had really so much fun. I had a blast in the Philippines doing music and meeting so many talented people. The key person here was a member of the Ateneo Glee Club.
Okay.
So years ago, the Ateneo Glee Club choir came here in Europe for a tour and contests, and they passed by Switzerland and Geneva, and we hosted 2 of them, and that's how I got connected with them. And then so when I was back in the Philippines, I was posting about my first ever gig. It was in Jess and Pat's in Maginhawa.
In QC. Okay.
Yes, and then she messaged me, "Oh, you're here, you're performing. I'd like to come, but you couldn't come that day, so we just met up afterwards." And we went together to this gig. It was a music awards night where there were many known bands playing that night, and I was just like, you know, I was like, wow, this is so cool. Franco was the last band. My friend this friend from the Glee Club, Ateneo Glee Club, she also studied music herself in UP. And so she knew most of the people performing, because either they were her old bandmates or classmates, or but she just knew
Having connections.
She was the key person. She was the first person, and she. So at the end of the gig, she was like introducing me to other people, and she was like, "Oh yeah, this is Clarene. She's a singer-songwriter from Switzerland." And I'm like, "Oh my god, no.
Pressure.
Don't oversell me, cause like I'm nobody here. Don't look at me. And, I'm just like here to watch and then to discover, and then okay, perhaps do a gig or some open mics here and there." And then everyone was like, "Oh yeah, so if you," they're like, "Oh wow," and then she would say, "Yeah, she studied music." And don't say anything. And then people were like, "Oh wow, okay, yeah, if you need," like, they haven't heard me play or sing or anything yet. They don't know anything but what my friend said. Yeah, like this young referral, and like this friend is also not just anybody. Like, she's also very respected in the music industry. She's like a choir conductor. She sings. She's a soloist in the choir. So I'm like, that coming from her, and her saying that to other professional musicians who make a living. You know, they make a living out of music. I'm like, oh no. And then so they were telling me, "Oh yeah, if you need a drummer, just let me know." And "Oh yeah, I'm gonna follow you, and just let me know. No. Okay. And then so I was just mainly solos performance at first, and then I saw this endorsing Vans, you know, the shoe
sneakers.
They had this competition, the band competition that they were organizing. Vans was organizing, and so I was like, okay, why not give it a try, and it would be cool. But then band, so that means I cannot just be alone.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the instructions, and they said minimum 3 people. So I was like, so I went back to the person who told me, like, they would play if you need anyone. Let me know. So I messaged him, and then he couldn't that time, because it actually was very last minute. Like, we met once, we recorded, and then we sent the thing. So we were only like a 2-hour-old band who sent a recording. And Sir Ray Marasigan was the judge of
that competition.
Like, to select the first selection. And somehow we got selected.
Wow.
So we had to compete in the semi-finals in Makati. Yeah, and so that's how it first started with the band, and then I just got to meet more people in the industry, and then they're like telling me, oh yeah, if you need someone to play, and then just met. I know the world is just so small, and then just connected in so many ways, and it's just so amazing, and yeah, so much support, and like wow, someone as amazing as you wants to play for me. I'm playing for me. But
amazing.
yeah, I'm very thankful for them and for the opportunity, because they're so professional and they're exactly what I was looking for, and yeah, it was.
And and your friend from the Ateneo Club, thank you for connecting.
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Kung sino ka man, thank you. Ayan, sobrang amazing nung yung past niya, yung journey niya dito sa Philippines.
Wow, ganda ng kwento talaga niya, So but at this point,
kulang yung oras.
hey, well, we have time. We'll make time. Pero at this point, let's hear your next song. What can you say about your third song? No, yeah, third song.
Yes, third song. This is the French song actually that you requested. Then I actually haven't been playing it for a long while, because actually the song is intended for, even if it's a French-speaking song, it's actually written in my audience. The people I'm referring to or talking to are actually people from the Philippines.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Ayun, yeah. So that's why I don't sing it here or elsewhere, but in the Philippines, because the song is about people will find out I'm from Switzerland and this and that, so they're like, okay, so do you understand me when I speak Tagalog? How many can nosebleed ba or can
the common things.
So this is more of an answer to that. So to all the people from the Philippines asking where I'm from, wondering how many languages I can speak, and it's called Je suis qu'une fille, and I can explain it further afterwards.
Please. Right. For now, I'm just gonna dance in the background while you play.
I haven't seen this in so long, so bear with me na lang if ever.
No worries. I'm sure we're gonna be so entertained. I'm gonna dance. Okay, I'm gonna dance now.
Je suis qu'une fille qui est née en Suisse. On y mange du cheese, je veux dire du fromage. Mais ne t'inquiète pas, je comprends ce que tu dis. Peut-être pas tout, ou presque tout. Je suis qu'une fille qui parle français, rien d'extraordinaire, mais tu dis le contraire. Bon d'accord, c'est vrai, c'est une chance que j'ai d'être bilingue, voire même trilingue. Aimerais-tu pouvoir parler cette langue? Volontiers je t'apprends ces quelques mots. Répète après moi, jusqu'à 3. La vie est belle. La vie est belle.
Ayun.
Wow.
So, as usual, sasayaw-sayaw na naman ako.
Ganun ka talaga, Diamond.
Kaya may video. I will send it to you. Kasi baka sabihin mo char lang na tayo. It's true. But yeah, kaya ako ni-request tong song na to kasi wala, yun nga, napasayaw ako sa video. Tsaka, natuwa ako nung tin-translate niya. So, can you?
Alright. Je suis qu'une fille. I'm only a girl qui est née en Suisse, who's born in Switzerland. We eat cheese here. Actually, we use the word cheese, and then in my lyrics, and then I was like, oh yeah, I mean cheese, fromage, if you know the word.
Yeah.
But don't worry, because I understand what you said. Maybe what you say, maybe not everything, but almost everything. I'm only a girl who speaks French, nothing extraordinary, but you say the contrary, the opposite. Or alright, it's a chance that I have, or opportunity that I have to be bilingual, even trilingual, and then there's the whistle part. Last part is, would you like to be able to speak this language? Of course, I would be happy to teach you these few words. Repeat after me, count up to 3. La vie est belle, which means life is beautiful. So, let me teach you those words. La vie est belle.
La vie est belle.
La vie est
Kailangan may handa. Wait!
Kailangan gumagano. La vie est belle.
La vie est belle.
Galing.
La vie est belle. Alright. So
you can say that to a French person. Say, bonjour, je m'appelle Diamond, la vie est belle.
Ah, bonjour.
Try mo nga.
Bonjour.
Je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle Diamond. La vie est belle.
Oh, bravo.
Oh, bravo. Merci.
Merci, is right.
Merci. Ayan.
Merci. Yeah, merci.
Pwede na akong mag-small talk sa bar. Char! Yung song doon yun is message niya for the Filipinos who are curious about her. So, yeah, she's multilingual, tapos she can teach you. She's a teacher, so baka gusto niya ng private lesson, diba? Ayan. So again, thanks. Napasayaw na naman ako.